Alright, welcome to the final video in our 3-4 video series on intercepts. We're going to take a look in this video at some real-life examples and scenarios that would involve interpreting some intercepts. So, in example 7, Zoo Atlanta recently celebrated the birth of 2 new baby pandas. We have Mochi the Panda Club that has been measured and weighed each week since she was born, and we see her information displayed in the graph over here, in the table over here. Her brother Kappa has also had his weight charted, and that's going to be measured on the graph over here. Now we're asked some questions about their intercepts. We want to know what is the y-intercept for Mochi and Kappa, and what do these values represent. So we're going to take a look at the data presented in 2 different ways and find our answers. Alright, so if we're looking for Mochi, we're looking at the table right here, and we want to know their y-intercept. So remember, a y-intercept, the x value always has to be 0. So where our x value is 0 is going to be right here in the first column, and that's going to be 0, 1. Now what this means is that when she was first born, after no weeks had passed, she weighed 1 pound. So that would be our interpretation. She weighed 1 pound at birth. Alright, for Kappa, we're going to come over here, and we're going to look for the y-intercept on the graph. That's going to be where it crosses right here. And we want to be paying close attention to our scale. It looks like we go from 0 to 4 with 1 notch in between, so that means we're counting by 2. So the intercept for Kappa is 0, 2, which means that Kappa weighed 2 pounds at birth. So Kappa was actually a bigger panda baby than Mochi was. The next question posed to us is that neither panda has an x-intercept, and we want to know why. And we want to know what would that mean in the context of the problem. So we have to take into account what our x values and what our y values are actually measuring. Our x value is going to be measuring the time in weeks since their birth. That's going to continue to increase. They're only going to get older. They're not going to go Benjamin Button and get younger at all. If we look at our y values, that's going to be our weight in pounds. Now we would expect their weight to continue to grow as they continue to grow. Now they are going to reach a point where their weight is going to stabilize and they're going to become full adult pandas and their weight won't change as much. However, that weight is never going to go completely to 0. Because as long as they're a living, breathing, walking panda, they're going to weigh something. They exist, so they have to weigh something. So we aren't going to have an x-intercept that makes sense because they're never going to weigh 0 pounds. So that's what our answer would be for this, is they will never weigh 0 pounds. All right. That wraps up our video series on 3-4 intercepts. Go ahead and make sure that you attempt all the practice, including the spiral. Ask your teacher if you need any assistance on those problems. Get ready for the mastery check, and good luck on that mastery check. We'll see you in the next lesson.